Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this incredible day here at BMO Field. My name is Mariah Amber, and I am so excited to be your host today. But before we begin, Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment and the Buffalo Bills acknowledge that these lands are covered by the Treaty 13 signed by the Mississaugas of the Credit and the Williams Treaties signed by the Mississauga and Chippewa nations. Treaties remind us of our responsibility to these nations and the many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people who now call this home. Together, we are responsible for addressing reconciliation in our relationships and in our actions. MLSE is committed to using our grounds and platforms to advance critical allyship, storytelling, sports, entertainment, and advancing right relations with diverse Indigenous peoples. And we challenge our guests here today to join us on this incredible journey of transformation. So let's move forward together and do good minds with good work with good people. On behalf of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, the Buffalo Bills and have everyone here gathered for a very exciting announcement. Followed by then the first ever MLSE and Buffalo Bills Youth Football Clinic that will take place really shortly. Now, we are thrilled to announce a first-of-its-kind partnership between the Buffalo Bills and MLSE to celebrate the shared passion for sport north of the border and to help grow the game of football with our Canadian youth. With the help of the Toronto Raptors, Toronto FC, and the Toronto Argonauts, along with entertainment destinations like Real Sports Bar and Grill and Real Sports Apparel, Canadian fans will get to connect with the Bills like never before. To help celebrate this announcement of this incredible partnership, we've got some special guests from the community, MLSE, and the Buffalo Bills joining us here today, including the President and CEO of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, Keith Pelley, the Chief Operating Officer of the Buffalo Bills, Pete Guelli, and also representing the Buffalo Bills ownership, Laura Pegula. The Deputy Minister of Sport for the Province of Ontario, Keith Palmer, the General Manager of the Toronto Argonauts, Michael Pinball Clemons, Buffalo Bills alumnus and Toronto Argonauts alumnus, Doug Flutie, Toronto Raptors alumni and Buffalo Bills limited partners, Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter. And of course, we've got the Toronto FC alumnus and Buffalo Bills limited partner, Josie Altador. And last, yes, we've got some icons here today. And last but not least, we have players from the Toronto FC and Toronto Argonauts and over 200 youth here with us today. Everyone give yourselves a round of applause. All right, I'm ready to kick this off. Are you? All right. Don't shout at me. All right. Well, let's welcome the Deputy Minister of Sport for the Province of Ontario and father of Buffalo Bills, Josh Palmer, Keith Palmer, everyone.
Thank you. Hello, Ontario. Before I begin, I just want to say being here today is a real honor. And not just because of my role as Deputy Minister for the Province of Ontario, but because it gives me a rare chance to wear a suit, talk football in the middle of the day at BMO Field with like-minded individuals. Usually I'm either in cleats on the sidelines saying, run that play, or at the Buffalo Bills Stadium saying, that's my boy, that's my boy. But in all seriousness, I join you today not just because of the work we undertake in the ministry, but as a football dad. A former university player, youth coach who spent more than a few weekends on sidelines with programs like Football North, Markham Raiders, Brampton Bulldogs, and the Oakville Titans. As a parent of a couple of athletes, one of whom you may know or you recently heard of, number 5, Joshua Palmer and the Buffalo Bills, who recently signed in July of this year, I've had a privilege of watching my children chase the dream in sport. And I'll admit, they've done a little bit better than their old man back in the day of university. But I will say this, it is all about the kids. It's about our youth. It's about them having meaningful experiences that really project them into the stratosphere in regards to what they love to do, what they want to do, and what they appreciate doing. Many of us here today can remember coaching a young athlete who didn't quite see their own potential. It took one more rep, one more route, one more shot, and by the end of the season, they weren't just playing, they were playing with confidence. That's the power of sport. When it's invested in, taught early, and taught right, it builds confidence, character, community, and importantly, it builds future leaders. That's why we're here today, and that's why today matters. We're here to celebrate the future of football in Ontario and recognize the ongoing efforts of our provincial sport organizations like Football Ontario. It starts with making the game safer, more inclusive, more fun. It starts with giving every child a chance to fall in love with the sport. Regardless of background or ability, this partnership is about inclusion, greater access, and opportunity. Both the Buffalo Bills, MLSE, and other corporate partners involved in this endeavor are leaders in their commitments to grow this game. It's through their collaboration and passion that make this a win for all of our youth. For those who play the game and love the game, for the volunteers we appreciate, the coaches we trust, the referees we thank, and the parents who make it all possible. And with warm welcome, I enjoy seeing everyone here today. And I'll leave you with one quote if I can, by the great Vince Lombardi, which truly expresses what today is all about. Individual commitment to a group effort, that is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, and a civilization work. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. All right. Now, to discuss the partnership more at length and what it means for football fans and youth, everybody please welcome the president and CEO of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, Keith Pelley.
Thank you, Mariah. Yeah, this is an exciting day for football and football fans. And let me start by welcoming our friends who are here from the Buffalo Bills. And Laura Pagola, who is representing ownership, and she's wearing an Argo hat. So guys, we're going to give her a big cheer. Pete Guelli is here. He's the Executive Vice President, Chief Operating Officer, and along with Kate Husband from the Bills and Jason Hartland, they have been an integral part of making this partnership come to reality. But before we talk about that, let's talk about last Sunday. I know you guys were probably already in bed, but I want to talk, you weren't in bed? Oh, it was the most incredible comeback ever. Prior to Sunday, listen to this, guys, listen to this. Prior to Sunday, teams that scored 40 or more points and rushed for 235 or more yards had gone 277 wins and no losses. But the Bills changed that on Sunday with an unbelievable comeback in the fourth quarter. 15-point comeback with less than 5 minutes to go. Incredible. So congratulations. It was also the Bills' first win after trailing by 15 or more points in the fourth quarter since 1967. Something else hasn't happened since 1967, but we're not talking about that today. But hey, congratulations. Speaking of comebacks, there was also an unbelievable comeback on Labor Day weekend when the Argos came back to beat Hamilton on a last-minute field goal, also coming from behind in the last couple of minutes. We have a number of Argos here that are with us. Chad Kelly, Winton McManus, Cam Judge, and of course, the legendary Mike Pinball Clemons. And also, as you heard, a number of Toronto sports legends with us. We can just call them Doug, Vince, Tracy, and Josie. And to have them here to talk about the future of football, representing the Bills and talking about the Argonauts, wearing 2 pins, is we're incredibly grateful. Thank you very much, guys, for coming. As I said today, is an exciting day for football and football fans, and we know there are plenty of those in Southern Ontario and Western New York. The passion for football has no borders. I have loved football since my dad introduced me to playing when I was 7 years old, playing in Etobicoke at the Eatonville Football League. I had the opportunity and the privilege of producing CFL telecasts for TSN and the NFL for Fox in the mid-90s. It's an incredible, unwavering passion for me. And to think that the day would come where the Argos and Bills have created a partnership and with MLSE to grow this incredible game under the brand of the future of football is truly heartwarming. It's a partnership. It's about celebrating and growing the game and coming together to create exciting opportunities for our fans. And I couldn't be standing here being more grateful of the Bills to have the forward thinking to work with MLSE and for us to come together with our team to create such an unbelievable partnership where, as you're going to see today, this will be one of many clinics that will take place in Toronto, and hopefully this goes across the country, because the future of football is what today is about. That's what it's about, and it's about the kids, and we are going to grow this game of football using the power of the Buffalo Bills, the Argos, and MLSE together. So thanks, kids, for coming today. Are you excited about the clinic? Yeah. And we will also celebrate, and you're all invited to the future of football right here on BMO Field on October 4th as the Argos host the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and we dedicate the night to growing the game, including thousands of the youth. Bills will also be joined by Chad and his uncle Jim Kelly will join us, as well as Doug Flutie, to make it a perfect celebration. It's Bills Day at the Argos. So once again, I just want to thank everyone that was part of making this partnership unbelievable. Gorgeous day. We'll see you back here on October 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. All right, we'd now like to welcome the Chief Operating Officer of our Buffalo Bills, Pete Guelli.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to thank Keith Pelley and MLSE for putting this all together today. It's already an amazing day for us. And to Keith Palmer, we're thrilled to have your son in Buffalo, and we promise to take good care of him. You know, anytime you know you're going to have an event like this, 2 days after a football game on a Sunday night, in the back of your mind, you're wondering, how's that going to go? I think it went okay. So coming off of that big win, I couldn't be happier to be here. So look, having a world-class city in one of North America's largest, less than 100 miles from Buffalo, it's significant, not only for the Bills, but for the entire National Football League. The support from Bills Mafia throughout Canada over the years has been incredibly important to our franchise and the Pegula family, including Laura, who's joining us here today. Canada, Ontario, and specifically the GTA will continue to play an even more significant role as we look to grow the Bills international fan base starting right here in our backyard. As many of you can probably attest, football fandom often starts we are young, playing in backyards, on school playgrounds, and if we're lucky, in a beautiful stadium like we're in today. That's why we're honored to be partnering with MLSE and the Argos to help inspire a love for football, both American and Canadian football, in young men and women throughout Ontario. Our goal with the Future of Football program is to encourage future generations of players. Together, we can grow the game and make a lasting impact on young athletes on both sides of the border. Our kickoff clinic today marks the first of many to come. We're excited to give back to the community that has given so much to the game of football and to Bills over the years. So today's announcement is made even more special by the presence of a few Canadian sports legends, and they now happen to be Bills Limited partners. Josie Altidore, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, just like I'm sure they did for the Raptors and Toronto FC in their playing days, the wisdom, the energy, the enthusiasm that these men have already contributed to our organization is immeasurable. Excited to have them here as cornerstones in our strategic partnership with MLSE, and I can't even express how great they've been as limited partners so far with the Bills. So before I turn it over to CFL legends and Argos GM Pinball Clemons, who I was thrilled to meet today, I also want to thank Heisman Trophy winner, Buffalo Bills legend, and Toronto Argos great Doug Flutie for joining us today. Doug in pinball won back-to-back Grey Cups championships as teammates right here in Toronto, and he remains beloved in Buffalo today. Doug, much like our new receiver, Josh Palmer, exemplifies both the Bills and MLSE's beliefs that though we might play by slightly different rules, football is football, and this great game has no borders. So I just want to leave you with this. Joshua Palmer grew up in the GTA. He now plays for the Buffalo Bills in the National Football League. Which one of you guys is next? That's what I want to know. So thank you again for having us. We can't wait to get this partnership kicked off. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete. All right, we'd now like to welcome an 8-time Grey Cup champion, former Toronto Argonauts player, former head coach, and now the team's current general manager. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Michael Pinball Clemons.
All right. Woo, will you help me out? Will you help me out a little bit? I need a little help. When I say what, you say woo! What? 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 Oh my goodness. Do you believe that I'm only, 5 yards away from Tracy McGrady? T-Mac! Would you just give a little round of applause for T-Mac? Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir. They call him half man and half amazing. He know I'm coming to him next, right? So would you give a big round of applause to Vince Carter? What I'm trying to say is, this is so exciting. Everybody has to show up, right? And so we thank you, most of all, our young people. Would you give the loudest round of applause to our young people? Yeah. Now, I'm supposed to be finished in about 30 seconds, so let me just move on. Met me, and set me. Let me, met me, and set me. You see, football let me experience something that I had not been able to do before that point. I see these young men in this front row, and they're sharp and handsome, athletic, muscular, all of that. Guys, I was just short. And football gave me a chance. Next, when I got that chance, I got a chance to go to the College of William and Mary in Virginia. And there, it met me. You see, I grew up to a single parent in the projects, didn't have very much, and sport, that thing that let me, then met me in university and allowed me to go to one of the most prestigious universities in, not only North America, probably the world. And then, what I love to see today is that it set me. It set me on a path to do what was done for me. And that is give young people an opportunity to play this game we call football. On the count of three, would everybody just really softly say, football? 1, 2, 3, football. Softer this time. 1, 2, 3, football. Yeah. It soothes my soul to understand the gift of sport in general, but specifically this game. And I want to thank everyone who is involved in making this happen today. And young people, I want you to know, right, that you can stand here too. One day we'd like to see you giving back to this game of football. But for today, have fun, enjoy it, and let's go. It's that time, okay? Let's go. Let's go. Louder. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm gone.
All right, thank you so much, Pinball. All right, everyone, our next speaker has played 12 seasons in the NFL and 8 seasons in the CFL, including 3 seasons with the Buffalo Bills and 2 seasons with the Toronto Argonauts, where he helped lead the team to not 1, but 2 Grey Cup victories in both 1996 and 1997. Everyone, please welcome Doug Flutie.
I'm not supposed to be back up here, but I have to say that when I played, people always ask me, who's the favorite player you've ever played with? I said, I don't say that because you don't want to make anybody else feel bad, but Doug Flutie's my favorite.
Is he amazing or what? Pinball. Yes, very good, very good. Yes, yes. God, I love pinball. It's great to be back in Toronto. The memories we have here together, and that's something that you guys are going to realize over the years playing sports. You're growing up with your pals. You're on a little league field. You're on a football field. You're doing whatever. The memories you're building with your friendships you're building, it's absolutely amazing and will last you the rest of your lives. Toronto's a special place for me, my family. Back-to-back Grey Cups with pinball, and we had a lot of fun. We were on the field having fun. That's the one thing Toronto, Don Matthews had a big part of it. Pinball had a big part of it for me, was that put the fun back in football for me. And my daughter to this day, the Grey Cup parade downtown, she's 37 years old. She still talks about that day. So there's a lot of fond memories up here. As far as playing with pinball, amazing on the field. I turned a running back basically into a receiver. Then he gets 1,000 receptions a year and wins all those other awards. But as great a football player as Pinball is, he's a better human being. And everybody here knows that already up in Toronto. The CFL game, I said, put the fun back in football for me. I came up here, it was spread the ball out, spread out 6 receivers, throw the ball all over the field, use the quarterback as a runner, do all these things that really suited my abilities. And it's stuff now that the NFL is copying from us, right? It's like we were doing this 30 years ago, Pinner. We're using quarterbacks. Now the athletes are playing quarterback down in the NFL, and they're spreading it out and doing all the things. We made up, I'll tell you what, Damon Allen and I, it was never written down in a playbook, but we made up the RPO, you know, and we just did it on the fly. It's like, if that guy comes off to tackle me, I'm throwing you the ball. You know, it was very innovative, and it carried over to the NFL game. And now south of the border, obviously Buffalo right now. Thank you and your family for all you've done for the Buffalo Bills and put them in a position to win. And hopefully, yeah, they got to get one or 2 extra wins this year. We'll get over the hump. But it is fun to watch that team play. And the other night, Josh Allen just amazes me. He's doing everything on a football field I wish I had done. So I get a little jealous of that. But the point is that football is football. It carries over from here to there, from there to here. And the skill set, the things that you learn, the life lessons, the skills, I know these kids don't always want to hear it, but guys, you learn to be accountable to each other. If he throws you a go route and you're going for a touchdown and he throws a beautiful pass, you don't want to let him, he doesn't want to let you down because you just ran hard, and you don't want to let him down because he just threw a beautiful pass and I need a touchdown out of this, I'm going to catch it. You learn to be accountable to each other. You learn so many life lessons, and that is what's great about growing the game and being a part of football. And for the kids up here to be affiliated with Buffalo, this collaboration is going to be great for the game, great for the kids growing up, and I can't wait to see it all come to fruition. And this is, I'm thankful that I was included as a part of this. It doesn't get any better, and it doesn't get any better being back here with Pinball, standing side by side, because I'm taller than him.
Thank you, Doug. All right, everyone. Now for our final speakers of the day, we are so excited to welcome back a familiar face to TFC fans. Now, he spent 5 years with the club. He helped lead the team to an MLS Cup and was crowned the MLS Cup MVP. Now, everyone, please join me in welcoming Toronto FC alumnus and Buffalo Bills partner, Josie Altidore.
And the crowd goes wild! Let's go!
Alrighty. Also, joining Josie, our next guest was selected in the first round of the 1997 NBA draft by your Toronto Raptors, a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame. Everyone, please give it up for Toronto Raptors alumnus and Buffalo Bills partner, Tracy McGrady. And finally, he spent 6 seasons with the Raptors. With Tracy's help, he won the 2000 NBA All-Star Weekend Dunk Contest. I mean, everybody knows it's over. Last season, he became the first Raptor to have his number retired by the team. So everyone, please also welcome Toronto Raptors alumnus and Buffalo Bills partner, Air Canada himself, Vince Carter.
What's up? Good afternoon, everyone. It's always a pleasure to be here in Toronto, especially alongside the two dudes who's supposed to speak, but let me do all the work. That's cool. Typical T-Mac. But playing in this city, we got to see what Toronto had to offer athletically as well as socially. And now we're starting to see that in Buffalo in the western New York area. As Florida natives, we grew up loving football, and now we've been given the opportunity by the Pegula family to be limited partners, which is an amazing opportunity coming from the basketball world. Also, Laura being here, shout out to you as well, being a part of that group. Terry has transformed the Bills into a global brand that continues to grow with an amazing new stadium coming next year, so we hope everybody gets an opportunity to step foot and see that new stadium. And it also helps that we have an MVP quarterback leading the way in Josh Allen. Give it up for Josh Allen. But the real reason we are here today is to create relationships, grow the game, and support the youth in Ontario and the Greater Toronto area. This exciting collaboration between the Buffalo Bills and MLSE is a starting block, assisting the youth in skills learned by professional players, not just in the US, but in Canada. And also giving them opportunity to learn what the life skills and what it takes to be professional and young men and young women as well. So it's great to have you guys sitting in front, setting that example, because you guys are products of your environment. You guys are products that made it out, and you get to now show and be examples. So thank you guys for being here as well. Lastly, today's clinic is step one to what we think will be an impactful partnership focusing on growing the game, nurturing our youth on both sides of the border. So thank you, and let's have some fun.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Vince, Tracy, and Josie for joining us today.